Hi, my name is Alex Kessler. Welcome to the Cast. We're about to have a conversation about remastered sets and how those are going to kind of look in the future and which ones we're most excited by. I am here with my co-host, Michael Grothy.
Hello.
If you missed the first three parts, this whole week is about kind of the future of Paper Magic and what does in-store play look like and what all that looks like, how Command Fests are going to go. We did a whole thing on Command Fest and stuff. Make sure to check those out. If you want to watch the whole thing all at once and get all of that content early, plus next week's episode early, you can go to our Patreon right now and check that out. There's the whole feed right there, plus a whole extra deck tech that Michael did exclusively to you. And Michael, what? I mean, if someone were to come and watch a video on our channel and they were to click one button or two buttons, what two buttons should they click before the video starts?
I believe that is the back button. Got him. No, sorry.
Damn.
Like and subscribe. Definitely got to be like and subscribe. Top two buttons on the page for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and hope you enjoy the episode. I do think Wizards will look at this set. I think we're going to get Innistrad Remastered, right? Or we're going to get another remastered set. I don't think they're going to look at this and be like, this was a failure because.
Wow, they're going to hit you with the Innistrad, 2 Innistrad sets in the fall. Then they're going to hit you with the Innistrad Remastered, the year of Innistrad.
I mean, it might be a year after that, but I do think if you were to pick a set, like every writ list I've seen, Innistrad Remastered is probably
it's the best set of all time.
Like, and you like the only complaint I know people have, they could just not include. You don't need to include Invisible Stalker.
Don't print Invisible Stalker.
Just don't print it in the set, and the set's perfect.
The problem is that like they're going to include Dark Ascension cards and probably Avacyn Restored cards, and that's loose.
I don't think they'll include Avacyn Restored cards.
Because Time Spiral Block is like a set that was like all three are cool together, and that's dope. And Innistrad that's the one. As soon as you add Dark Ascension, in my opinion, I don't know about other people.
I think there's stuff in Dark Ascension that like Unbearer Rights is doped, as is like there are things the like 3-mana lords.
I think Unbearer Rights is OG Innistrad. Lingering Souls. The Dark Ascension card that you're thinking of, that does not add anything to draft. That detracts from draft.
Well, you just move that
down for Lingering Souls. In draft, in Modern, it's cool. But
yeah. Well, not anymore.
In Standard, it was cool. Honestly, it's a cool card all around. But in draft,
Lingering Souls will forever be on my top 10 cards of all time, I think. But yeah, it's sad that it's no longer the best in Modern. But I think Dark Ascension, like the Lords are cool. There's enough cool cards. And if they need to add Avacyn cards, you can add.
There are cool cards in Avacyn. It was just a crappy set for draft.
Right. You like the limited. You can add stuff to Rare and Mythic from Avacyn that like don't affect the draft. Like Avacyn and Grizzlebrand can just show up at Mythic and like.
Yeah, I'm just skeptical that they could improve Innistrad, personally.
I don't think they'll improve it. I think getting to draft even 90% of Innistrad, well, they can. They could just literally just reprint Innistrad the set with no Invisible Stalkers, and you now have an improved limited format.
Yes. That's what I want. Just replace it with some random Dark Ascension uncommon.
Lingering Souls?
A blue one.
What's the blue Drogskull Captain Reaver or whatever?
It's multicolored. Yeah, I mean they could also do older sets remastered, right? Like that are harder to come by even than Innistrad or Time Spiral. They could do like an Invasion Block remastered or something, because like Invasion Planeshift Apocalypse is a popular draft format.
I think like the lists I've seen from people, Ari Lax actually did a really good blog post on like what he would reprint, and he had Innistrad, both Mirrodin sets separately, both Mirrodin blocks separately, and Invasion, or what's the or Torment, whatever all of the Graveyard Matters sets, the old one, Odyssey, were his like big picks, and part of his point is a remaster set also has to have value at Rare and Mythic.
Yeah, desirable reprints.
Because if you like, Time Spiral has that, right? Innistrad has that. You have Snapcaster Mage and Liliana. You have, and like especially if you extend it to all 3 sets, you can gain a lot, and you can like
for Avacyn and Griselbrand, and
right, and you can bring back some Shadows over Innistrad rares that are worth money and bring them into the set, right? You can cheat in like a weird time shifted way.
That would be interesting if they did like a
Innistrad
2-block combo, like you did multiple Innistrads together, or you did multiple Ravnicas together, or Mirrodin, if you just did like a big old 6-set Mirrodin smush up.
They said that
like they get to cheat with Time Spiral Remastered too, because like the number of just like insane value cards in the time shifted sheet is true to roof, and they are not able to as easily hand wave that away with other sets, and they probably wouldn't do it. They probably wouldn't do another weird sheet like that. They would have to fit the rares into the set.
Well, but they could do something like Innistrad. It's weird because you have the double-sided sheet is kind of what that sheet is, right? But like I don't know if that's true. I think you could do a
You
time
think if
shifted
they
sheet.
did like a Scars of Mirrodin block remaster that you could just like put some iconic artifacts in
Yeah.
the bonus sheet, just do a bonus sheet of artifacts?
Yeah, like basically make it the
Yeah, it
like
just doesn't work as well for
the
me
invention sheet.
as with Time Spiral, because that's like Time Spiral's thing.
Sure. But it could have just become the remastered thing.
Yeah.
Same rarity, right? Like it could just
Yeah.
be
Yeah, if it's successful, I'm sure they'll do more remasters. So we'll see.
and then like the last one. What was the other one that they said would be good? The problem with Kamigawa is that there's no value at rare and mythic rare.
Well, there are no mythic rares, but yeah.
Well, yeah, sure, that's true. There's
There
like not
used to
enough
be.
value.
They must have reprinted a lot of stuff in there then.
Yeah, well, there's like a few, right? But it's like GT, which they shouldn't print in the set. They've reprinted gifts 1,000 times.
They've
Like the
reprinted
lands are
EGT
worth
1,000
something,
times.
and some of the stuff
Yeah,
that is
there's
worth
a lot of
something.
lands, Mirren and Minamo.
Mm-hmm. Like all the dragons aren't worth anything. Like it's all like weird niche stuff that if you reprint it, they kind of become worthless because the reason they're expensive is they've never been reprinted, and a bunch of stuff that's miserable to play in draft. So like that was kind of their point there is the set as a limited format remastered would be amazing, but not as it's like no one would buy packs, and you need something to cause that. And
well, and even draft sets, like as a drafter, a lot of the time you want at least the illusion of having your draft subsidized by the valuable cards you open, you know.
Right. Like Zendikar you could do
I'm-
because you have fetch lands in it, or you can do
Yeah.
can
Like if I'm
do
drafting
cons.
Kaldheim and I open a Valky, I get to just like, yo, I'm paying for some drafts, baby.
Right. Like cons wasn't super high because his point was like cons. Like your point with Innistrad, honestly, was one of his points where it's like Innistrad is perfect. Innistrad block maybe isn't as great. Cons, the set is a perfect limited format. Cons, fate, whatever is fine. Cons to dragons is not a thing that was meant to exist together, and dragon sucks.
Yeah, I am actually a big fan of Scars of Mirrodin block draft.
Same. That was high for him. That one I would really be like
Yeah.
New Phyrexia, Scars of Mirrodin. In fact, that sounds dope.
That was the set that I drafted a bajillion times to get good at draft.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my OG.
And there's a lot of value there. You have a bunch of money in those three sets together, even at common and uncommon. And you could do like cool Phyrexian language cards of like the most iconic ones.
You could get to open 3 packs that could potentially contain Ichor Wellspring, which would be unprecedented because during the draft format, you only got to open 1 pack worth of Ichor Wellsprings, and it sucked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How are you supposed to play the Ichor Wellspring deck when it's only in the Mirrodin Besieged pack?
That's true. That's true.
At least when it was MBS double scars, you opened the Mirrodin Besieged pack first, so you could like try and grab the Ichor Wellsprings and then build your deck around it. Once New Phyrexia came out, it was done for Ichor Wellspring. That was my favorite deck in the format, by the way.
The actual Wellspring deck. I think that like if I were to pick my top 2 sets to do this with, I would love to see an all in Innistrad, both sets, like a super block remastered, and I think that would be really dope. And I would love to see just Scars of Mirrodin block remastered, just all in. And then the special sheet is just cool artifacts from history, or like cool artifacts from the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Time Spiral Remastered, with how many cards are on the bonus sheet, definitely benefited from being able to go throughout Magic's history and grab cards of variety of rarities, which I assume if they want to do a bonus sheet like this in other sets, that's what they would do. But
well, I think there's a lot of cool artifacts in some of them. Like you put the modular creatures on that sheet, right? Or
why wouldn't you just put them in the set?
If it's only Scars of Mirrodin block.
Oh, you put the modular creatures suck.
Well, not all of them. I mean, like also you could put the 7 mana mirror that's for free. Like affinity cards can go on it, and like I'm saying, like so you have multiple rarities on that time shifted sheet, right? There's like iconic cards that are good.
Arcbound Worker because people do sometimes play Arcbound Worker in Constructed.
Right. You put
Mirror Enforcer because Pauper players will thank you, probably, maybe think.
And it's iconic to Mirrodin in general, and like that card is decent and limited enough that you would play it, right? You put the artifact lands, you put the artifact lands on the time shifted sheet, which sound dope with Metalcraft.
Yeah, you just put Ancient Den and Cranial Plating and Crystal Shard. Oh, those are already in Time Spiral.
You put the other ones. All right. That is it for today's episode. Thank you, Michael, for joining. Please, everyone, make sure to like and subscribe, hit the comment button. Which set do you want to see? And
This has
then
been a
all the other
production of
conversations.
Time
Are you excited to go
Traveler
back to GPs? What
Sending
format would you like to see it? We want to hear
podcasts
your
into the
thoughts.
future.
Make sure every Monday night we do Commander nights. So Monday night at 7:30 we do a Commander game, and we'd love to see and hang out with you while we do it live. If you miss it, it is on the YouTube channel immediately after that. So it's just live here. You can check it out anytime at your convenience. And they're really, really fun. And beyond that, thank you to our patrons. We appreciate all of you. You're the reason we do this. If you donate to our Patreon, you get access to this episode a week early. The whole thing unedited. Michael swore like a bad podcaster.
I'm an out of practice podcaster.
Out of practice. We did a whole deck tech on a standard deck that Michael's playing as a pre-show that you only get exclusive to the patrons. So definitely check that out. And we'll see you guys and girls and friends all next week.